Welcome back to Fast Monty's Garage. Today we're going to talk about my biggest pet peeve, rock chips, sometimes called road rash. Now if you love your car as much as I love mine, I want it looking pristine all the time. Well, as you drive it more, you're going to start catching rocks on the freeway and it's going to start making little chips out of your bumper or out of your fender. Well, I finally got one on my right rear quarter panel of all places because my last video, I actually went to a car show. It was a 200-mile round trip and I heard it on the freeway. I cringed and of course I get home, there it was. I'll show you that in a second. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, there are two ways you can fix your chips on your bumper that I know of. The first way is the most expensive and you get your front end painted. That's thousands of dollars. None of us want to go through that. So I found this product called Dr. ColorChip. Again, I'm not sponsored here. I found this product over 10 years ago when I used to own a BMW M3. It worked fantastically well, so I'm excited to show you guys how this stuff works. Now, as the name implies, it is made for your color car. So if you have a 90s or newer car, you have a paint code that's related to your car. It's in a database. You call Dr. ColorChip or go on their website, plug in your paint code or your make and model car, it pulls up the right paint. You're going to take that paint and fill in the rock chip hole, and then they have a proprietary blend. It's like a kind of like a clear coat. It goes over it and seals that hole off, and you can't even tell that's there. It is awesome. Now, if your car's older, now keep in mind this is a '69 GTO, but the paint is from a 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Sorry, Pontiac fans, but yeah, it's green too. Now, you use that paint code and you find that paint. Now, if you have an older car, it's okay. Give them a call. They most likely have it in their database. So it can work on any year car. As long as they can match your paint, you're golden. So let's go jump to, oh, by the way, I almost forgot, subscribe, because the next couple episodes are going to be paint related. We're going to film in some, all my rock chips. Next episode, I'm going to show you how I do swirl removal or paint correction to get those fine scratches out. And the episode after that, I'm going to try ceramic coating. Yeah, I can't wait. So subscribe. But let's jump to the workbench. I'm going to show you it comes in the box, and then we'll put this stuff on the car. All right, Dr. ColorChip has a few different options to pick from. I went with the Squirt and Squeegee Plus kit, which is the most expensive one, is $65, which, by the way, is a freaking bargain when you see this actually work. Now, the basic kit is basically going to be color, clear, buffing cloth, and a glove. So this is the full bang kit where we have squeegees, pipetters, some applicator brushes, and the most important thing, like I mentioned, is the paint. So double check, that is your paint code. Mine is PGZ. It's a Chrysler color. It's Black Forest Green Pearl. And those of you that have been dying to know what color my car is, it is green, it's not black. So that looks like green in there. I'm excited. Now, like I mentioned, the basic kit is just these two with the cloth, but let me show you on paper what the chip looks like and how we apply this, and then we'll go ahead into the car and apply it. So excuse my rude artistry, but what we're looking at here is a side view of a rock chip. So this top layer is your clear coat. This thicker layer is going to be your base or your color, and then this is your panel. So you're going to be steel or fiberglass if you have a Corvette. So what we're going to do is step number one is we got to clean it thoroughly. So you use some isopropyl alcohol or some wax and grease remover. I'll show you what I like to use. But then step two is we take the paint and we actually apply it to our clear coat area, and we're going to push it around. So you can actually use a 6x6 area. So if you have a whole bunch of rock chips, you can use a 6x6 area and do the whole thing at once. And you're going to push the paint around, so you're going to fill that hole with the paint. So we're going to either take the side of our hand if you have the basic kit, or use a squeegee like we have in our kit, and we're going to flatten that paint so it matches the level of the clear coat. We're going to let it cure, and don't be shy. You can push the paint all the way around on your clear. It's fine, because the next step, the step two, is like the clear. It's like kind of like a clear paint, but it also cleans this area of paint off your existing clear, and then it bonds to the paint. It'll harden and fill our hole. So that is the plan. So let's go ahead and jump to the car. I'll show you what we're working with. Oh, by the way, a good rule of thumb for me when I'm testing depth here, if your fingernail gets caught in the chip, it's deep enough for this paint. If it doesn't get caught, I'd be willing to bet it's a scratch and you can buff it out. So that's the rule of thumb. The other thing is we need to look out for is if this hole is too big, we might have to do 2 applications, like do halfway, let it cure, and then do the next layer. So I don't know how deep mine is on my panel, but we're gonna find out and do some quality control when we get there. Here we go, guys. I'm totally kidding. This is my panel, and that's how clear my paint is. I have no orange peel, but there is the chip. Now, step number 1 is I like to use this stuff. So this I use a lot with my paint prep. It's wax and grease remover. It will take all the impurities off of there. Now, if you don't want to get that, I'll have a link below, but if you don't want to use that, you can use rubbing alcohol on a microfiber towel. You want to clean that area so we have no grease, no film, so the paint will stick to it. So I'm going to try and get a closer shot here while I put the paint on. All right, step number 2, even though it says step number 1 on here, is shake the bottle. It's got a little shaker in there. And I've decided I'm going to use up the pipetter and get some paint in here and then put a little drop right above the chip, and then take the squeegee and gently spread it over that chip to make it level with the surface. Whoa, too much. Well, it certainly smells like paint. Wow, bringing back memories. So here we go. Wow, that paint matches perfectly. I'm just going to spread it around. Really light pressure. And I can tell it's starting to dry. I'm going to leave it like that for 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes. I gotta put my glasses on. That's better. And the way you test it is you can touch it. As long as it's not tacky, you're good to go. So take the step 2, the seal act, shake it really good because it does separate pretty easily. Shake it good and then get the white, I don't know what's it called, buffing cloth, or it's almost like a paper towel. And then wet the paper towel. It's not paper towel, don't use a paper towel. This is their buffing cloth. And we're gonna slightly go over that area, back and forth. And it's gonna start taking off that excess paint. See that? It's just nice and easy. And once I have the paint off, I'm going to take the microfiber and buff off the rest. Not bad, not bad. I think that's just a deeper chip than I first thought. So I'm going to let this cure for about an hour. And then I'm going to come back and do it one more time, see if I can fill it in. Okay, hour later, same procedure. Drop. That was a sloppy drop. Squeegee. Glasses. Wait 5 minutes. Same cloth. A quarter size area I put on the cloth and lightly rub it back and forth. Microfiber the rest. Oh yeah. I can barely see it. think it was right there, but wow, awesome. And that's how you use Dr. ColorChip. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I could probably do a third coating on that spot just because that panel is so smooth, everything jumps out. But it's a hell of a lot better than what it was. And I don't have to repaint the whole panel. Yeah, awesome. So if you have a horizontal chip on your bumper, it's even easier because you can goop it on the whole area and just smooth it around until everything's flat, wait for it to dry, and then buff it off. Really simple. Now, you can wash your car immediately after applying that stuff. I'd wait an hour, but for compounding or polishing, wait at least 3 days and add another 2 weeks to that if you're going to do ceramic coating, which is our next topic here. So next week, we're going to go over how I do scratch removal or swirl removal on the car, because the next step after that is ceramic coating, and I'm going to try some DIY ceramic coating that I've never done before. So we'll see how it goes. And guys, you know the drill. I love to live by the seat of my pants. So until next time, building fast, driving faster. See ya.